Namaste. Welcome to Vedic Vidya. My name is Jeffrey Armstrong, Kavindra Rishi. Vedic Vidya is available exclusively on Chitty Media, English channel, on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. IST. Our topic tonight is the Pope's papal bull that colonized the world, or how European Christians, encouraged by the Pope, looted the world in the name of God and Jesus. And as we begin, I would like you to think for a moment. There's a wonderful saying: those who have not studied history are bound to repeat it. So first, a little disclaimer that the information I'm about to give you is not against anyone, because it wasn't done by the current generation. It was done in the past. But history is an important way for us to correct our behaviors, and the goal should be for us all to live together on this planet harmoniously. So please do not think that I am against Christianity or Islam or Judaism or other belief systems on the planet just because I point out that at a certain time they committed a malfeasance of some kind. That's for history, not for the current moment. It's not how I look at them. When I look at them, it's with respect, admiration, and the hope that we can all live together peacefully. So with that in mind, let's study history a little bit. And history is about laws and their implementation. And by the way, we're at a historic moment, aren't we? When the Queen of England, who reigned for quite a long time — I certainly would not mourn the passing of anyone who lived over 90 years. I would congratulate them and go, yay, well done, 90 years. But the point is that the royalty in England and the government of England had collaborated together for 300 years and more to do things out in the world that have harmed civilizations around the world. That needs to be discussed, needs to be understood correctly. And so tonight I have with me a papal bull that was issued by the then Pope, called Papal Bull Inter Caetera, issued by Pope Alexander VI on May 4th, 1493. So if we're in a courtroom, Your Honor, I submit this as evidence, which played a central role in the Spanish conquest of the New World. The document supported Spain's strategy to ensure its exclusive right to lands discovered by Columbus the previous year. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. It established a demarcation line 100 leagues west of the Azores and Cape Verde Islands and assigned Spain the exclusive right to acquire territorial possessions and to trade in all lands west of that line. Well, sounds suspicious, but okay so far. All others were forbidden to approach the lands west of the line without special license from the rulers of Spain. Sounds like Spain now owns the world. This effectively gave Spain a monopoly, there it is, on the lands in the New World. The bull stated that any land not inhabited by Christians was available to be discovered. Now there's a word, when I studied in university, I thought they meant really, they found it. It means they claimed it. Discovered, claimed, and exploited by Christian rulers, and declared that the Catholic faith and the Christian religion be exalted and be everywhere increased and spread, that the health of souls be cared for, and that barbarous nations be overthrown and brought to the faith itself. This could not be more clear. The doctrine of discovery became the basis of all European claims in the Americas, as well as the foundation for the United States Western expansion. So the U.S. took it over and said, oh, yeah, we'll do that. And they expanded their influence all throughout the Western United States. In the U.S. Supreme Court, in the 1823 case, Johnson versus McIntosh, Chief Justice John Marshall's opinion in the unanimous decision held that, quote, the principle of discovery gave European nations an absolute right to New World lands. In essence, American Indians had only a right of occupancy, which could be abolished. The bull inter caetera made headlines again throughout the 1990s and in 2000 when many Catholics petitioned Pope Paul II to formally revoke it and recognize the human rights of indigenous and non-Christian peoples. Well, bravo to those Catholics. So, like I said, don't get me wrong. People make mistakes. Historical moments happen. But we need to know they happened. And the Catholics need to not only go to the Pope or go to the indigenous people, not just say we're sorry, but make reparations. I'll give you an example. One reparation would be all of those cultures, those indigenous cultures, lost their culture. It hasn't been recorded since that I know of in an official way. So what if the Catholic Church cough up millions and millions of dollars to say they're sorry and help all of the indigenous cultures on our planet that they affected to reinstitute their own languages, to write books on the grammar and vocabulary, essentially to revitalize the cultures that they devastated in the name of Jesus. So just remember, when I say this, you're not supposed to go out and hate Catholics. No, 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 no. You're supposed to know what they did and talk it over with them and say, what are you doing about it? Are you connecting to all of the people that you damaged? And this is, in my opinion, this should be on the news until everyone knows it. Instead, we mostly have information about how we're harming each other in the earth now. Well, that's important, but this is the root of the harming on an epic scale. Culture of India has never done this, never left its borders and went out in the world and said, you're all just animals. You're not really humans. We can take whatever we want. Because the philosophy of India, of the Vedas, of the Hindu people, is respect for everyone, that's what this means, is seeing everyone as an immortal being, that's also what this means. So the next time someone tries to convince you that Hindus are somehow dangerous, you might tell them the Catholics' track record and say we're hoping that they're listening to Jesus now and not going out and pillaging the planet. That would be so refreshing, and that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for coming together that way because you don't have to look very far to see what happens when we use our terrible weapons upon civilians, upon people that don't deserve it. And so one last note about the Queen. So, whether she truly understood the magnitude of what she was doing or thought it was her duty, which in a net for the people that got harmed is sadly the same thing. But her sincerity is one thing. Her being trapped inside of something that had been colonizing the world is another thing. And so therefore, rather than getting mad at the Queen for this, we should take a vow to the Queen and everyone else and whatever is sacred to you, that this will not happen anymore. We will not have the right to call people animals and not human because they don't have our philosophy. And this, therefore, is supposed to be a lesson in what not to do again. And learning from history is really the reason we study it, not to get bitter and make enemies and perpetuate what's gone on before. So let this be a new beginning. Let the Queen's passing be a new beginning. And I happen to know that Prince Charles has already expressed his admiration for India many, many times. An awkward subject perhaps at first. But could that be a great improvement in the British royals? Have they decided they're going to apologize for colonizing and say, look, we can't afford to give you all the money back, sorry about that. But at least, yes, what we did was horrible, we won't do it again. I'm hoping that King Charles says something like that. And the fact that Queen Elizabeth didn't, well, that's up to her. May she be peaceful wherever she is, but she may have to take birth again. That's the Vedic perspective. And who knows, maybe in India. Vedic Vidya means shining the light of truth. Tune in to Vedic Vidya on the Chitty English channel, Sunday night at 7 p.m. IST. My name is Kavindra Rishi, Jeffrey Armstrong. See you next time, and have a Namas day.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.